Hey, this practice that we are going to do today is mildly energizing, slowish kind of flow. So find your seated position at first, in a position that you feel comfortable sitting at for a few moments. Just keep in mind that your spine should be straight and long and your chest open. And for a little while, focus on your breath. Observe how it feels to breathe today. And you don't have to change anything about your breath. Just observe. And then for a few breaths, fill your lungs completely and empty them completely. And really appreciate every one of your breaths. And keep in mind that every one of your breaths is unique. And there is never going to be exactly the same kind of breath ever again. So give each one of your breaths your full attention. And do last breaths here. And then you can move onto your all fours. We are warming up a little. First, bring your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders, and spread your fingers wide. And from your tabletop, start leaning forward. Lift yourself up to your down dog. Bring your knees down and come to your child's pose. Again, lean forward. Come to your down dog. Bring your knees down and come to your child's pose. So inhaling and leaning, exhaling down dog. Inhaling, bringing your knees down, and exhaling to your child's pose. And continue like this in your own pace. Next time when you are in your down dog, stay there, and you can walk your dog a little. Just bend your knees left and right, right and left. And maybe you want to bring your knee a little bit to the side. So your left knee toward your right armpit and your right knee toward your left. Whatever kind of movement feels good for you right now. Then stay at your down dog and again bring your knees down and come onto your heels to your child's pose. And have your arms over your head. And settle in. And we are bringing a little bit a stretch to the side of our body. So start walking your hands to your left. So we are bringing stretch to our right side. Your right hand can rest on top of your left. And we are switching sides. And really focus on the stretch on your side. And feel how it feels when you are breathing. What happens when you inhale, what happens when you exhale. And then return back to center. Plant your hands on your mat, come to your all fours, come to your down dog. And from your down dog, step your feet in between your hands, straighten your back and come to your forward fold. After that, and then roll yourself up to your standing pose. So we are doing few rounds of sun salutation. First, find your Tadasana, your standing pose. Keep in mind that your thighs are engaged, your core is engaged, and your shoulders are backing down, and your fingertips are actively reaching toward the floor. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself up. And exhale, return to your standing pose. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, come to your forward fold. And again, inhale yourself up and exhale Tadasana. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, come to your forward fold. And stay in your forward fold for a little while. Inhale, straighten your back. Plant your hands down on your mat, step back on your mat to your plank, or your knees can be down as well. From there, up dog or cobra and downward facing dog. And then return into your plank, coming down chaturanga, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Again, back to plank, chaturanga down, up dog or cobra, downward facing dog. And now we are staying in our down dog, so outer edges of your feet are leveled with the outer edges of your mat. Your thighs are engaged, your tail is pointing toward the ceiling, your back is straight and long, your armpits are turning toward your mat, and your fingers are firmly pressed on the mat. Breaths here. Then inhale your gaze in between your hands, step in between your hands, straighten your back. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Inhale, arms up, look up, and exhale, return to your Tadasana. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Inhale, straighten your back. Step or jump back to your chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. We are adding some spice. Lift up your right leg and bring it down. Up again and bring down. So inhaling up and exhaling down. One more, and then open your hip here. Try to keep your upper body leveled. And then return your right leg onto the ground, left leg up. With your inhalation, exhale it down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, and opening your hip. And again, make sure that your upper body is aligned. Bringing your foot down and coming back to your down dog. And remember the faces of the down dog. And breathe and relax here. After your next exhalation, lift up your gaze, step in between your hands, straighten your back. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Inhale your arms up, look up, and exhale, return to your Tadasana. Inhale your arms up, look up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, straighten your back, step or hop back to your chaturanga. up dog or cobra and downward facing dog. And at your down dog, grab hold from your left hand or with your left hand from your right ankle and do mild twist here. Return back to downward dog and other side, the same thing. And returning to your down dog. Few breaths here. Inhale, lift up your gaze, step or jump in between your hands, straighten your back. Exhale, come to your forward fold. Inhale your arms up, look up. And exhale, return to your Tadasana. We are continuing on to our next sequence and we are starting with tree pose. So lift your right foot onto your left inner thigh. Bring your arms or your palms onto your heart center and lift them up above your head. And try to keep your hips leveled. Try to keep your balance. And your left thigh engaged. Then bring your right arm onto your right thigh and do a little side bend. And again, try to keep your hips leveled and do the bend from your waist up. Then remaining or returning to the center and doing the other side. So bring your left arm down and reach your right hand toward your left. Returning to your tree pose, bring your palms down to your heart center and we are moving on to warrior three, but we are leaving our palms onto our heart center. So make sure that your right toes are pointing toward your mat. Try to keep your hips leveled. Then bring your right hand onto the floor and reach your left hand toward the ceiling. Bringing your right leg onto your mat, coming to your warrior two, and from there bringing your left hand onto your mat and reaching your right hand above your head, actually over your head. From there, lift yourself up to your warrior two again and straighten both of your legs, come to your Trikonasana. So bring your left hand to your mat. You can stay in your traditional Trikonasana or you can do bind, which I'm doing, your choice. If Trikonasana is not that familiar to you, just stay in the traditional version. And then wherever you were, you can bring your hands on the side of your foot and come onto your forward fold. And from there, step your legs wide apart. Yeah, and your toes are pointing. And then interlock your fingers behind your back. And open your chest. And with your inhalation, a little bit more, and with your exhalation, come onto your forward fold. Try to keep your palms together. And breathe in your forward fold here. Then lifting yourself up and step on the top of your mat to your Tadasana, and then we are moving on to other side. So we are starting with the tree pose. Now your left leg is in your right inner thigh. Your hands on your heart center and lifting them up above your head. And of course your gaze can follow your hands as well. And prepare yourself to that side bend, so bring your left hand onto your left thigh and reach your right toward left. And again, try to keep in mind that the bending is happening from waist up. And switching sides, so right hand down and left is reaching toward right. Back to center. Hands to your heart center and above your head. And from there back down and coming to your warrior three. Your hands are still in your heart center, palms together. Your left toes are pointing towards your mat. Then bring your left hand to the ground and open your right hand towards the ceiling. And coming to your warrior two. Bringing your right hand down on your mat and reaching your left hand above your head or over your head. Coming back up and coming into your Trikonasana, so maybe shortening the gap between your legs and bringing your hand onto your mat. Maybe you want to do the bind. And wherever you are, just breathe and relax while in the pose. Find your stability. And from there, releasing your hands on the side of your feet and coming to your forward fold over your right leg. And then again coming to your wide-legged forward fold. So bringing your palms behind your back, interlocking your fingers and coming to your forward fold. Wherever it lands, remember to be mindful of your body. And lifting yourself up and stepping onto the top of your mat. And we are moving on to the next sequence. First, find your Tadasana. And then, with your next exhalation, start bending your knees. Let your fingertips touch on the ground and then lift your arms above your head, coming into chair pose. Then bring your left tricep on the outer edge of your right thigh and come to a twist. Have your thumbs right there in the middle of your chest and enjoy the twist. And then step your left leg back, still enjoying the twist here. Make sure that your right knee is not leaning in. Then come back on the top of your mat and to your chair pose and continue on to the other side. Your right tricep on the outer edge of your left thigh. Again, your hands in prayer in the middle of your chest. Step back your right leg. Hands remain the same. Enjoy the twist. Breathe and relax. And then come back on the top of your mat and to your chair pose and continue on to your forward fold. Inhale, straighten your back, step or hop back to your chaturanga. Up dog or cobra, knees up or down, and downward facing dog. And from your down dog, step your right back leg in the middle of your hands and lift up your arms over your head. Come to your warrior one. And from there, switch to your high lunge. So lift up your back heel. Also opens a little bit more your hip flexor. Then interlock your fingers behind your back and open your chest. Come to your humble warrior. So come onto your right thigh. Still interlocking your fingers behind your back. And from there, lifting your arms up again, bringing your palms onto your mat, coming to your plank pose. And from your plank, chaturanga down and up dog or cobra and downward facing dog. Switching sides. So we are coming to warrior one on the left side. Keep your core engaged and make sure that your hips are pointing straight forward. Then lift up your back heel. Then interlock your fingers behind your back, maybe other way around than you did on the first round, and then come to your humble warrior onto your left thigh. Lift yourself up, come to your high lunge. Your palms onto your mat, step back to plank. Knees up or down, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. And then bring your knees down and come lie on your belly. Interlock your fingers behind your back and start kicking your legs up and your upper body as well. So opening your chest, doing mild back bend. And try to keep your neck long so your gaze is to the front of your mat. And just a few more breaths here. And then you can return onto your mat and do another round the same way, or if you want you can do bridge as well, which I'm showing you the next. So come lie on your back in case you want to do that. Bring your heels close to your bum. Rest your head onto your mat and lift up your hips from your mat. And keep in mind that your core is engaged here as well. Just keep on lifting up your hips. And do more breaths here, and then we are actually ready for our finishing poses already. And return to your mat. Actually pause here for a little while so you can return to your mat and for first stretch yourself long and then maybe hug your knees in and then get ready for your shoulder stand. Also sorry about all the background noises. Since I'm living in India, it's never quite quiet here, so that's the reason. But come lie on your back and lift your legs over your head. Support your lower back and lift up your legs toward the ceiling. And try to keep yourself as straight as possible. And now, if you haven't done shoulder stand ever, maybe not start now. You can just you can lie on your back and lift up your legs. That's the other option. Then bring your legs over your head. If your feet aren't touching the ground, then support your lower back. If they are, then you can bring your toenails onto your mat. So in here, try to breathe in fully, breathe out fully. And just relax And then start bringing your knees toward your forehead. You can either stay there and rest on your forehead, or you can start bringing your knees toward your ears. And enjoy this stretch on your back. Then releasing, and slowly and mindfully come back onto your mat. And bring your palms under your bum. Lift yourself up onto your elbows and bring the crown of your head onto your mat. Coming to fish pose. And then releasing. And we have one final asana, and we are doing headstand. So if you haven't done headstand, you can interlock your fingers, bring your head onto your palms, and just lift up your palm. That's your first option. And if you are familiar with the headstand, just lift yourself up, and remember not to jump up. And then slowly, mindfully bringing yourself down and come onto your child's pose for a little while. And from your child's pose, when you are ready, come lie on your back. Coming to your Savasana. So make sure that your legs are opening a little bit outward, and make sure that your palms are facing up. Your shoulder blades rest firmly on your mat. Close your eyes and let your breathing guide you into this relaxation today. Let every exhalation be your opportunity to let go whatever you feel doesn't serve you anymore. Let all your worries melt away from your body onto your mat and away from your mat. And once you relax, you might feel that your body is a little bit heavier and heavier, resting on your mat, like it's about to melt onto your mat. Just continue breathing here. The quote today goes like this: happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. You can start to wake yourself up. Bring a little bit movement into your body, your fingers, your toes, your ankles, and your wrists. When you are ready, you can turn onto your right side, and from there come up to seated in a position where you want to end this practice today. Make sure that your spine is straight and long and your chest is open. And this is your place for gratitude toward the practice that you just did. Honor yourself and your body, and be thankful for yourself to taking this moment to practice today. Then bring your palms onto your heart center. And from there, lift your palms in between your brows, make a little bow to say thank you. Namaste. And I see you again next time. And remember to comment, like, and subscribe to this channel and this video. Bye now.